If only you guys could see the setup right now. I'll try to remember to like take a picture. I mean, I guess I could do it now. Let me show you guys it now. On the fucking grill. I don't normally do these kind of videos, but I was called to because I was doing like video diaries like a few months ago, and I would post them on TikTok. They would get some traction. I would get some interaction with people. But recently, while I've been on YouTube and watching more videos of other people talking about like the human journey, or our life's purpose, or how to stop overthinking, and how to not let your mind control you, and like I've been discussing it in a more philosophical sense. Philosophical to me, that's what the fuck I'm calling it, okay? But you know what, even me calling it that again, that gets us into my notes. Okay, so when I started writing, what I wrote down was, I feel fine on my own, but conflicted when encountering others. So what triggered me writing this, I was watching a YouTube video about overcoming social anxiety, and basically he said, like, if you were really comfortable on your own, you wouldn't be uncomfortable in the presence of others. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, including myself, like I would always be like, no, like I'm pretty good on my own, like I like being alone, I can go out by myself, like it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? I feel like growing up I didn't have many friends, and then like I wasn't, like my familial ties wasn't very strong. Like I was very estranged from basically the world and society in general. So I would always deem myself as like a person that could do things on my own. Like obviously I'm comfortable in my own presence if I'm able to be by myself all the time and choose it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then so I wrote, I'm not really fine on my own. I don't really find comfort in myself, for real. Because think about it, if I'm in these social settings, but I can't seem to stop my mind from racing about all the things that can go wrong, or how people are perceiving me, so on and so forth. If I can't bring myself down, then I don't really find comfort in myself. Like there's no way I could find comfort in myself if I'm not able to be there for myself in those moments. And that's another thing, like being there for myself in terms of like coping and regulation, but also being there for myself in terms of like grace. Because when I was experiencing these feelings, I was not being forgiving or graceful to myself. Like it was very much like control, wanting absolute control, and still coming from this place of like black and white, like this is the right way to do it. Just being so critical of self for fucking feeling, okay? Yeah. So whatever. So I wanted to start with that. Like that's what triggered all of these following trains of thought. So I wrote, for a long time, I believe introspection was a superpower that only resides in the wise who have different experiences than me. And I'll explain it a little bit. So when I would meet people who did practice a level of some sort of introspection, or in the way that they have learned from their past experiences something and apply that lesson in their life or their ideology and belief system in general, right? I would meet people like that and I would put them on a pedestal. Hence like the superpower, like only some are blessed with this, like only some can access this. It's inaccessible to a great of the majority, but these people that I'm coming across, they're special, like they're chosen ones because they're able to do this. So I write the belief, and then under it I write like a different perspective or a redirection that I want to adopt. Everyone has different experiences than you, period. Yeah, so like obviously you're meeting these people and for the first time it's like because you never met them before, duh. Like, this means that they will bestow different wisdom. different wisdom than mine, but I'm very much attracted to different wisdom than mine. In the past, I didn't believe that like the wisdom that I bestow is also wisdom, and also very much hi not believing that the wisdom that I have is also worthy or valuable. Okay, let's keep going. You can exchange. You also have wisdom to offer. This helps prevent idealization and putting people on pedestals. T, right? So T. Still viewing myself as less than, rendering my experience as less official. That word is so big for me, official. Like, I'm like, these are official human beings. Like, especially coming into adulthood, I'm like, wow, these are official adults. Wow. Like, I want to get like that. You know what I'm saying? So crazy. Not acknowledging my own introspection and the level of emotional intelligence that I have also acquired through the life experiences that I have had. This goes back to the relationship you have with self, the agreements you signed off on. Do you agree you are less than others? Do you believe only through others can you learn and make decisions? A lot of the time, because I like to consult my loved ones, you know, I want to know what they think, but to the point, like, it would control me, to the point where, especially when thinking about, like, comparison or focusing or obsessing over how people perceive you and the control over that, it just goes to show what I signed off on. I agreed that I am less than, that my opinion is not as valuable as others. The book that I'm currently reading called The Ways of Tenderness. I don't remember the author right now, but I'll put it on the screen. I would hold introspection on a pedestal, kind of like enlightenment. Like it's unattainable, or like you must suffer even more to arrive there. Damn, this is getting a little hard now. In the book, it said spiritual awakening is not abstract, right? So, spiritual awakening is not abstract. I would believe that it was something like this abstract equation that I could solve. Like, I could crack open the meaning of life, why I'm here, if I'm able to achieve this state of ultimate peace and enlightenment, right? Like, that's how I would view it. Like, after realizing that I was self-rejecting, I would approach trying to change self-rejecting into self-accepting as this abstract equation that I could get to through spiritual awakening, through enlightenment, and the greatest tool of all to use would be through other fucking people. And that is what I believed. Basically, trying to intellectualize tenderness, trying to intellectualize humanness, like trying to intellectualize my spirit, like literally, like I'm telling you, like trying to solve the bitch like a motherfucking equation, okay? And you cannot solve provisional. And provisional, I believe provisional means, let me find it in my notes. Provisional means existing for the present, possibly to be changed later. And that brings me to the greatest thing that I have learned recently that has been helping me maintain my fucking peace. Wait, I think I wrote it down. Wait. I learned all I need to do is stay present. Because life is so provisional, bound to change. They are the way that they are now, but they are bound to change later. We're not thinking about the later, and we're not thinking about the before, okay? The present is all the medicine that I need. These last 2 weeks, I've been like trying to turn off my brain for real, because I feel like this bitch has been racing like a motherfucker. What I really wanted was to end like these thoughts. The key to ending those thoughts is staying present, and then even perceiving them as these thoughts that are out of my control. I'm in control. I'm thinking these thoughts because I choose to. Like, I also wrote down, time is all the proof that I need, because it's like 1 second you could literally choose to be sad, and your mind and your body will follow suit. 5 minutes later you could choose to be happy, and your mind and your body will follow suit. Like, for example, right, I was on the train, I was on my way home, and something dawned upon me. What was it? It was a song. And it was a sad ass song, and it made me think about something in the past that hurt. And so I was sitting there and I was thinking about it, like full on about to cry on the train, you know. And I'm able to acknowledge when I do need to release and cry, and I like to allow myself to, like, I don't give a fuck, I'ma cry. But there was a part of me that was like, you weren't thinking about this 5 minutes ago. Like, literally, what the fuck? But it wasn't until a song that made me feel good came on, and then I was good. And then I started thinking about like things that I'm looking forward to. I started thinking about things that make me joyful and bring me peace and make me smile. Like, I think just the amount of time that went by between those switches was enough proof for me to see, like, it really all is, again, provisional. And if you stay present, if you stay here, like, you can choose to. Like, you have choice, and you can do it literally whenever you want to. I said to be patient and be accepting of both. Like, be accepting of the highs and the lows. Kind of just here. You're kind of just living. Like, when it do be low, it's kind of just like you're just going through a low. Sometimes viewing it as like I'm just going through a low right now does bring me peace. But then it also, sometimes I allow for it to taint the way that I move through the low. Because I'm like, this is a low. So I can get comfortable, if that makes any sense. Instead of being like, I could also be learning ways to go through these lows and not let it interfere with the relationship I have with myself, the trust I have with myself, the peace I have within myself. Like, this is something to maintain. And I'm learning, like, I feel like that's what really, like, the answer to life, that's what it's really about. The maintenance of self, but also allowing self to change. Like, it's constantly changing, and it's going to continue to change throughout your life, and you have to just be accepting of every version of yourself, while simultaneously taking care of your fucking self. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't nobody else gonna do it like you, because only you know how you need to be taken care of, how you need to be comforted. Only you know. You know what I'm saying? Only you. Not saying that you can't put the trust in others to also do so, but before you even get there, only you know. But it's your job to, like, figure it out. And I was watching another YouTuber, and there was another quote, and he said, the only way to know what you need in the moment is by being in the moment. Literally, what the fuck? I was not thinking about it like this at all, bro. Like, at all. I was not thinking about that. Like, the only way to know what I need right now is by being here right now and being like, bro, like, what you need? If I'm somewhere in the future, somewhere in the past, somewhere in my head, not where I am here on earth in my fucking body, like, how would I know what I actually need to comfort myself, to nurture myself, to motivate myself, to forgive myself? Like, how would I know if I'm not here? You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure it out. I'll be up here. I don't be down here. I hope you guys are well. I hope you enjoyed this video.